Then I have just explained it with the very basic from the very starting. So let's have a look at it and let's go. So now first of all, what is HTML? So if you have to know the full form, it is Hypertext Markup Language. Right? So this is your HTML full form. Now what do you mean by it? Actually, HTML is nothing but it is like how two computers speak to each other over the internet. Right? So what exactly is HTML? If you have to say it in the crisp language, it is, we can say, spoken by two computers. So this is what we are going to learn about. Now, what are websites? Websites are what they say. Now in websites, we have two important things, right? One is client and the other one is server. Okay, now who's the client? Client is we, the person who is surfing the net. Okay, like what do you mean by surfing the net is like when you click on the computer, you click on your Google Chrome and you type google.com or any other website. So that is called you are surfing the net. You are trying to understand. So that you are the client over there. Now server. What is server? It stores. The basic function of server is it stores and distributes. Right? It stores and distributes websites over the net. So that's what the server does. So what exactly do we mean by it? I mean, okay, I have written it in very different language that okay, it stores and distributes the websites over the net. But what exactly I mean by it? See, what happens, this server in this case, what does it do? It finds a file name, right? And the name of this file is index.html, right? So what is index.html? It is the default name of your home page. So this is what is most important, right? I'll write it more clearly for you because the writing is not clear over here. Okay, it is index.html. Okay, and when it does that, it finds a file name which we are saying index.html, and I said that it is the default name of the home page. And what it does, it sends it to the client, right? So basically, what do we mean by it? We mean that index.html is written in HTML. And what is the latest version of HTML? The latest version is HTML5. This is what it is. Right? Okay. Okay. Now the first thing which we will be learning in HTML5 is the Doctype declaration. Now what do you mean by this Doctype declaration? What exactly are we trying to say? See, what happens at the top of every page, you will see the Doctype declaration. And how do you do that declaration? See, how do we do this? This is like this. DOCTYPE, it has to be in capital, and then HTML, which you have to write it in smaller form, and this. So this is your Doctype declaration. Now, why are we doing this? What is the use of it? See, HTML5 has a grammar and a vocabulary. There are two things, right? So, like every language has a grammar and a vocabulary, same way HTML5 also has that. So, this is your grammar and this is your vocabulary, right? Now see, what happens over here is, when you write it like this, Doctype HTML, right? It goes at the top of every HTML5 page, right? So it is at the top of every HTML5 page. This is what it is. So this is the grammar. And what is the vocabulary? The HTML5 word, this doc type declaration which we are writing, this thing, DOCTYPE HTML, this thing means this page is written in HTML5. So this is a word for vocabulary, right? So this is the difference in the grammatical form and in the vocabulary form, right? So basically, when you have to start on with HTML language, what exactly are we going to do? So whenever we will start like this. Okay. And the second step, what we will do is HTML, and we will close it like this, and we'll go down and we will write HTML. Okay, now you must be wondering that what are these? Okay, now see, these are known as the HTML tags. Okay, so what are these known as? These are known as HTML tags. Now all the tags have to be opened and closed, right? So this is your opening tag. How do you write it? Like this, HTML, like this. And this one, the below one, this is your closing tag. How do you write it? Like this, HTML, right? So basically, what are tags? Tags are containers. Why containers? Because everything between opening tag and the closing tag are inside that tag, and therefore inside the HTML tag there are two important tags. So whatever will come, everything will be inside this. Now inside this, I told you how many tags are there. There are two tags, the head tag and the body tag. Now I'll get you familiar with both of them also. Okay, so this was clear to you, the doc type and the HTML opening and the closing tag. Now I said that inside the HTML tag there are two important tags which I told you these were head and body. Now how do you write them? Same way you have to write. See, how are we going to do this is, we will again write like this, HEAD, head, and this is like opening thing. Same way, little below we will write this way, is head tag. So whatever will come inside this. Same way we will go for body, the opening tag, and suppose we'll write something here and it will be like body. Okay, so now I think you've understood that how do we start, end and write our HTML language. Okay, now this is just the starting. What I want is, I'm going to take you to a platform wherein you can easily understand this. that how are we going to write it, how it's going to appear on the page and all. This is just the simple coding I have told you, just to get you familiar that how do you get, how do you start, why do we use the Doctype HTML, where are the what is the opening tag, what is the closing tag, what all comes inside this. So the basic structure we have understood like this. Now I'll take you to the physical environment or the interface where you can actually see everything happening. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you and we'll start from here. Okay.